Mr. or Ms. Wishy-Washy, you want a sports car, but you also can't stand to let the mid-size crossover craze pass you by? You need something that can carve the corners, but also take the kids to school? Well, have I got the vehicle for you? Take a gander at the 2017 Mercedes-AMG GLE43 Coupe. That's right, it's got all the power of an AMG in a mid-size crossover, and it's got that sexy sloping roofline. So just call it a coupe over. But honestly, I really just can't get behind the styling of this thing. I mean, are you a car or are you a crossover? Like, decide, pick one. There can be only one. And when you add to that the giant air intakes in the front and massive tires wrapped around 22-inch wheels, quad exhausts, well, it's all a bit much when you look at the actual power numbers of the GLE43. Don't get me wrong, it's an AMG, right? So it's got a 3-liter bi-turbo V6, which is pumping out 362 horsepower and 384 pound-feet of twist. Now, those are respectable numbers, but is it enough to warrant rear tires that are a foot wide? Maybe not. And with this sloping roofline come a few compromises. Rearward visibility is not very good, and you lose 15 cubic feet of space behind those second row seats when compared to the squareback version. And if you're tall, sitting in the rear seats, yeah, not so much. The GLE43 has got 5 different driving modes, and each is going to tweak your steering, throttle, and transmission response. Now, I didn't get to test snow because California, and individual will preset for your own particular wants and desires. Most people are going to spend their time in one of 3 modes. Now, comfort is really smooth, it's great for daily driving, and it keeps the throttle and transmission in a respectable range. But when you dial it up into sport, that's where this 9-speed automatic transmission really shines, because it actually will downshift before you get into a turn instead of after it. So you dive into a turn, as soon as you exit, the engine, the transmission, everything is ready to give you that power so you can just accelerate right on out of it. It is so much fun, and it is so good that actually I didn't really use the paddle shifters that much while I was driving this car. Once you get into Sport Plus, you get more aggressive acceleration, quicker shifts, and a little bit of a surprise in the form of exhaust backfires. Yeah, your neighbors are gonna love you. And so will your local gas station, because while the GLE is rated at 20 miles per gallon combined, I'm only getting 15.8. This all-wheel drive GLE, though, is a bit of a pig. Weighs in at nearly 5,000 pounds. Now, science tells me that all that weight has got to go somewhere when I go around a turn, but these are the Germans we're talking about. They know how to beat physics, and they do that with the optional active curve system. Now, it costs about $2,900, but basically it's variable stabilizer bars in the front and rear that keep this thing upright. Sure, you can still feel the weight, but this car is imminently tossable. Now, this being a Mercedes-Benz, there are, of course, a lot of luxury features. I'm kind of bummed, though, I don't have the optional massaging seats, because those are the best. But I do have heated and cooled cup holders, and you really can't go wrong with a Bang & Olufsen stereo system, even if it does cost $4,500. Overall, I really like the way the AMG GLE43 performs. I mean, this transmission in sport mode is so good, but I just can't get behind this coupe over styling. Ugh. Believe it or not, there isn't a lot of competition in the coupe over segment. BMW has the X6, and that's about it. Now, if you want something that's a little bit more practical, you could go for the Audi SQ5, the Porsche Macan GTS, or the Jaguar F-Pace S. This guy right here, it starts at $69,650, but with all the options, including the really unnecessary air ionizer, total price is $90,360. Yeah, sure, that's a pretty steep price, but look, you want to stand out in the crowd and still win in the twisties? The 2017 Mercedes-AMG GLE43 Coupe should be on your short list.